Hey guys, before we get into today's video, I want to let you guys know that we're going to be at Sema all week, 7 days. If you guys are at Sema, I actually have a couple of appearances and a couple of cars here as well. So I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown of my week at Sema. So the R33 is at the Meguiar's booth outside. So if you guys want to check out the Midnight Purple 33, it's going to be there all week. Also, right behind me, the R35 is going to be at the Raise and Mac Industry booth in Central Hall. So you guys can check out the Millennium J35 in here. And also, I'm doing a meet and greet at Meguiar's at 2 p.m. on Wednesday, which is in Central Hall as well. If you guys find my GTR, it's literally straight behind my GTR, kind of in the center. And on Thursday at 11 a.m., I'm going to be doing a live Q&A with Valvoline, which is directly down the hallway over there. And like I said, Wednesday at 2 p.m. for Meguiar's, Thursday at 11 a.m. for Valvoline, and you guys can come check out the car. I just want to give you guys a quick recap of my Sema week. Let's hop into today's video. My name's Dustin Williams, and welcome to my channel. I moved out to Southern California to pursue my passion as a filmmaker and car enthusiast. On my channel, you'll get to follow along on my dream car life, racing cars, building cars, and traveling to Japan to drive and build my R34 GTR. I love Japanese culture and cars, so that's mainly what you'll find here. I also built a street apparel brand called Legends based on my experiences, cars, and Japanese culture. It's been a crazy ride so far, and I can't wait to see where life takes me. So let's strap in and enjoy today's video. You know, it's gonna be one of those days, Tim.
It is gonna be one of those days.
Last episode of the Civic turbo build, you guys saw us unbox the entire eBay turbo kit and even mock up the turbo manifold and the turbo. Well, today we are actually getting started on actually installing this completely and figuring out everything that we're gonna need. So, if you guys haven't watched the last episode, I recommend you guys going to check that one out because we go over all of this stuff and what's gonna be going on with the Civic, and it's really, really cool. So go check that one out. Also, before we get into this one, do me a favor, scroll down, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel because it does help me out a lot. First things first today, Tim, we are gonna be clocking the turbo. So we need a bunch of miscellaneous things for this kit, and the only way we're gonna figure out completely what we need is to start installing this and taking it piece by piece. So what that means is take off the turbo from the turbo manifold here. We are gonna clock the turbo in the correct position to see how the manifold sits. Now, once we can see how the manifold sits, we can see if the wastegate fits properly as well, which will tell us how much piping we need for the wastegate dump and if we need to make some kind of adapter or something. So there's a lot of explaining that's gonna be done today, but let's just go ahead, jump right into doing everything, and we're gonna walk through it piece by piece. So currently what we're doing right now is clocking the oil feed and the oil return flanges so that we can set that properly. Obviously, you're gonna want the oil feed on the top and the oil return on the bottom. So we're clocking that right now, and Tim is currently putting on all of the flanges and the fittings, and we're testing to see where exactly the line fits with the hot side and the cool side of the turbo. So once we're done with that, we're actually gonna be clocking the turbo itself to make that fit as well. And our oil return lines bolted in, I guess. With an eBay turbo kit like this, it's a lot of trial and error, and right now we're noticing that, you guys can probably see right here, the oil feed hits the actual manifold, which means that the oil feed is not going to be directly on top and the oil return is not going to be directly on the bottom, and that could pose an issue. Dually here, also, the oil return is probably going to hit the block.
I'm kind of thinking it might not now. I don't know.
No? Okay, let's test it out. We're going to be doing this a bunch through this whole process to see what works and what doesn't. So it is like, it's very mildly hitting the block here. You guys can see right here, just like a very tiny bit hitting the block right there. So what we're thinking about here is maybe we just need to shave off a little bit of the manifold, you know? Here we go. Or I guess where the...
It's just so long.
See where it hits, right there, where the oil feed hits. Maybe just grind her down a little bit.
Just shave it off.
Shave it, you know, since it's the APR turbo kit, that's what we gotta do. Gotta make things work.
Just a little grinding action right there.
I feel like that would solve all of our problems. So
let's give it a shot.
You give it a shot? All right, let's do that. Okay. Definitely more room, right?
Yeah.
Let's check it out. Okay. So then, spin this.
Nice.
Oh, look at that. It actually like fits now.
That actually fits really well.
Yeah. Sick. Okay. Your little job, if you want to come check out what Tim did right over here. You guys can see he grinded it down just a little bit to where the oil feed actually works. Right there. That's really cool.
And
Damn.
then let's see the oil.
How's that?
That's not bad at all. It's got tons of room. Actually, I can actually spin it this way because that's actually which way it needs to go because it needs to go over here.
Woo! Okay. Well,
I'm getting closer.
Crisis averted there. We are getting closer. That is one issue that we were worried about.
Let's put some studs and see if the wastegate fits now.
Okay, so now that everything actually kind of fits, well, it's still not gonna be stuck down down here. Let's try it. So now we're gonna put in some nuts for the manifold studs to see if the wastegate actually sits right here, because the wastegate's hitting the valve cover right now, which is not good. Moment of truth, Tim. You ready?
Yes. Okay, hey, see?
Damn.
Nice.
Woo! I was seriously contemplating just literally zapping this part of the wastegate off just to get it to fit, but damn.
Now we just put a screamer pipe straight up like that and done.
This is gonna be so freaking sick. Okay, well, that makes me feel a lot better about the kit. Now we can just basically start putting stuff on.
Just assemble everything together. Let's actually put the studs in this and put the downpipe up and see how that fits with the studs. So I know how much I have to cut and stuff.
Okay, let's see this. Bring her up. Like that. We are hitting
The oil pan?
the oil.
Right, well, let's see here. Let me get under here and look. Okay, so as we can see, it's hitting here.
Maybe if I do this. No, that doesn't work.
So exhaust modifications is a must right now.
Okay, so what do we do about this?
Literally cut it here and then put the pipe and then
I don't know, why don't we just cut it there and fucking leave a dump?
I'm cool with that.
That's the plan. We're gonna have a bottom dump for the exhaust and a top dump for the wastegate.
What do you
What do you got back there? What are you chewing on? Thank you, sir. Drop it. Drop it. No. Hey.
Update.
Yes, we have the turbo, hot and cold side both clocked exactly where they need to be. So we are tightening all the bolts down. We are gonna put the oil return bolts back in. And this thing is basically mocked up and ready to go. So what that means is we're not gonna actually install it just yet. We're gonna get the entire kit mocked up first before we bolt anything in, just in case we need to take something off and move it around. Once we're done with this, and this is all mocked up to the engine and stuff, we're gonna start working on the intercooler piping, which that'll be really cool too. We're just gonna make sure all the pipes run in the correct direction. Okay, next up here we have the intercooler piping. So we found out and routed everything. It actually fits, surprisingly. I'm super stoked. So the smaller pipes obviously go on the exhaust side. Now we have the bigger diameter pipes for the intake side. Tim's gonna work on the intake side while I do the exhaust side. We want to put in the intercooler piping before we actually put in the intercooler, just because we're gonna have to custom make a bracket for this guy and we need to see where the actual piping sits. We don't want to mount up the intercooler and then not have enough piping on one side versus the other with the piping. So that's why we're doing that. But we are gonna get started on installing all of the intercooler pipes now. making some progress, baby. Check this. This is gonna look so cool, man. We have to find a way where like maybe just cut out that entire front grille to like have that peeking out.
I think we're just gonna get rid of the whole front grille.
Yeah, exactly. Big update here. We went ahead and installed the front mount and all of the intercooler piping. It actually lines up really nice. The only thing I am worried about is we're wanting to do a dump for the exhaust, and the intercooler piping literally sits right where the exhaust root is. So that's something that we're gonna have to figure out. In gooder and better news, everything fits up, everything works. It's really, really cool. And I'm freaking stoked for this. Now we can start getting all of our miscellaneous things because pretty much everything that we needed bolted up is here. So next up, I guess, we're gonna take the oil pan off and we need to do the oil return plug, but we need a -10 AN fitting. So we're gonna run and go grab that. And also, do you wanna get okay, let's do this guy. Here's our wastegate. And our wastegate sits right up here, just like that. We're also gonna get some piping, hopefully if they have what we need, get some piping to make a hood exit wastegate dump.
A screamer pipe.
A little screamer pipe. So we need to go get those two things before we can continue. So let's head out and go grab what we need. Mission success, you know? Usually when Tim and I do stuff like this and we need a specific part, usually we go places and you know what, they don't have it and we have to wait. Boom, they had it. I am stoked. Mission number 1 accomplished. We got our AN fitting. Next up, we need to find some piping. This is gonna be a more difficult task here. Yeah. So we need to find piping for the wastegate, but luckily we have I guess like a metal shop close by the shop. So we're gonna go check there and see if we can get something that'll work with the wastegate. Dump pipe, Tim?
This is fire breather number 2.
Update, we have made it back from all the parts shop. Unfortunately, we did not have any luck at the metal store, but we did have an extra pipe in the shop, which Tim rigged up a little wastegate dump here. Not too shabby. So this is what we're gonna be using. We still have to weld it to the wastegate, so it'll basically, not exactly here, but basically it's gonna just like that. So that's gonna be really cool. We also went ahead and cut our exhaust here. So this is not for sure yet. We still have to test it once the manifold goes on, but this should shoot just right underneath and then we'll be good to go for the exhaust. Everything is done. We can go ahead and start putting in gaskets, bolting up everything. We're gonna get everything mounted, and once the turbo is mounted, the manifold's mounted, the intercooler is mounted, we're gonna go underneath the car, pull the oil pan, and start doing the oil return line and all of that good stuff. All right, guys, the final assembly. This is the last time we'll be taking off the turbo, or I guess putting on the turbo, because now she's officially done. Okay, gasket is on. Boom. Let's mount the turbo, Tim. We are making some serious progress here. Manifold and turbo is officially mounted. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and put on our little, what did you call this, Tim? Our flame pipe number 2?
Yeah. Just upside down.
Okay, there we go. Fire pipe number 2. Commence. Boom! There she is. We got a nice little dump. So actually, we took a quick intermission before doing the oil pan, and we're figuring out this exhaust situation because we did have the exhaust dumping straight down, and it literally does not fit at all. It dumps straight onto the piping that goes from the turbo to the front mount. So Tim is currently rigging up some way to make this work, and that looks like it'll almost work, but it's gonna hit the frame of the car. That will work. That looks like it should work. taking a quick break in Tim's Grand Mastery here because it is officially time to load up the R33 for Sema, and it's getting dark outside. We need to load this thing on the trailer before it gets dark to make sure we don't mess anything up. But once this plane goes by, let's get a cold start with the Tomei. Here we go, boys. Okay, cold start. Oh, yeah. But while we're here, speaking of Sema, I'm actually going to be doing two different Q&As. One at the Meguiar's booth, which is to be determined. If I know it by this time posting this video, I'll post it on the screen. As well as I'll be at Valvoline on Thursday at 10 a.m. to do a complete Q&A. So if you guys are at Sema, you're welcome to head over to the Valvoline booth at Central Hall, and we're gonna do a full Q&A. It's gonna be really awesome. A live panel. Ask me any questions that you guys have or want to know. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be fun. So make sure to come see me at Sema. It's gonna be pretty cool to have the R33 and the R35 both there. So I'm really excited. Well, guys, we have just gone full send. Tim doesn't give a Tim is going.
No, I don't.
Tim is going all the way. We're getting crazy. Check this out. Tim, pick up your Grand Mastery. This is a masterpiece. This is Tim's. This is really your first. Oh, that's gas. This is really your first piece that you've like custom fabbed in the shop here.
Is it?
It is.
I've done other things like your R32 CD7 screen dash thing.
Yeah, but this
no exhaust.
No exhaust. Look at this. This is a technically a custom bumper exit exhaust. So Tim actually took the downpipe that they gave us, chopped it up into pieces, and has created this awesome bumper exit exhaust. You went full send on this, and it's actually
even
sick.
As a bracket.
Tim actually made a bracket. So I'm going to show you guys how this actually sits in the car. Once he gets finished, he's about to weld the whole thing, but I just wanted to, this is sick.
I just want fire to come out all areas.
I just need some Tim appreciation comments down below. Like this video for this nasty bumper exit exhaust that Tim created. Tim's gonna go ahead and weld it up. We're gonna install it, and yeah, enjoy this. Look at this. Tim, you about done yourself here, dude. This is awesome. So this is the Tim spec bumper exit downpipe or exhaust, whatever you want to call it. This is freaking dope. Okay, so let me show you guys how this runs. Tim did a phenomenal job with this. So should I go from right here?
Yeah, go in that way.
Okay, so it runs literally straight out of the bumper, mounts to the turbo here. Let's put it on. But one of the coolest things about this is we utilize the flex pipe as well, which is really, really cool because that'll allow the engine to move. But we have this hanger, which Tim custom fabbed up right here. This hanger will hold the exhaust in position while still allowing the engine to move. How sick is that? Tim, you've outdone yourself, man. Look at that. Custom Tim spec bumper exit. That is freaking sick. That is awesome. Okay, now with all of that being said, I was hoping we would actually maybe be able to finish the car today, but obviously that didn't happen. It's 8 o'clock right now, so we have to call it quits. We actually have Sema plans, and we are loading up, obviously, as you guys saw, the R33 for Sema. The R35 has to get ready for Sema, and we are heading out of the shop right now. But I feel like we got a ton of really great progress done. So you guys will unfortunately not see this until after Sema, which will be a whole week. So don't worry, we're gonna finish her up, but Tim and I will be in Vegas for 7 days, which is, if you've ever been to Vegas, that's a lot. So that's why you guys won't see the Civic, but don't worry, when we get back, we actually have our ECU right here. Our ECU is getting dropped off at Honda, so we can get Flash Pro put onto here, we can tune the car, and let me actually give you guys a little rundown of everything that we have left to do once we actually get back. So we still have to run the wastegate, and Tim is going to custom fab up the hood exit dump for the wastegate, and we also still have to do the oil pan. But I mean, other than that, I mean, that's it.
And then just vacuum lines.
Yeah, oh yeah, we have the boost lines and the oil lines, the oil pan and the wastegate, and this thing's done. And by the time we get back, our ECU should be done as well. So we'll be able to start her up, give her a little drive, and then actually get the car too. So we're getting close, guys. But for today, we got a ton done. We did the frickin' exhaust, Tim's custom exhaust. We mounted up the turbo, got everything fitted, got the front mount done. I'm super, super hyped.
Oh, did we ever show it back here?
I don't even think we showed it. No, we never did. But the front mount is mounted up, and it looks freaking sick. We're gonna definitely have to cut out the front bumper because it does not fit at all. But dude, this car is gonna be rowdy. This thing is gonna look sick. I mean, guys, for a $900 turbo kit,
It's not bad.
it's not bad. Well, we haven't driven the car.
And the welding machine that I'm using over there is just a firecracker from Home Depot. Like, no joke, it's like a $200 welder, so.
That's what I'm, like, you guys don't understand, when we get the new shop, unbelievable. Back to what I was saying, like, the kit itself right now, it's pretty awesome. And I'm excited to see what we can get out of it when we start it up and how long it even lasts. But lots of good progress today, but we are gonna have to unfortunately put a pause on the turbo build, and we'll resume it as soon as we get back from Vegas.